This is RD Sharma Solution Class 12, Chapter 40, Differentials, Errors and Approximation. We are taking the multiple choice question MCQ. If log 4, the base is E, is 1.3868, then log base E 4.01 is what? Now we are already aware that in this kind of question, we always take the part which can be solved easily and the other part as the delta x. So here we take x as 4 and delta x as 0.01. So the function which is with us is log x. So this is log x. The base is E. The base has to be E, only then you will be able to differentiate this function. So y is fx. X is already 4, delta x as I mentioned earlier, it's 0.01. Then we have log 4. Now what is log 4? It's already given in the question. It is 1.3868. This is your y. Now let us differentiate dy by dx. Log x is 1 by x. So dy by dx at x equals to 4. So let us find out the value at 4. It is 1 by 4. Now delta y is dy by dx into delta x. dy by dx is 1 by 4. Delta x is from here. Delta x is dx only, 0.01. So you get 1 by 400. That comes out to be 0.0025. Y plus delta y now. That is what we wanted. That will give you the value of log 4.01. Now let us add this y plus delta y. So you have to add this 1.3868. Finally, the log 4.01 is 1.3893. That is after addition of these two, you'll get this is the final. A sphere of radius 100 millimeter shrinks to radius 98 millimeter. Then the approximate decrease in its volume is from 100 to 98. So it is decrementing, shrinking, or you can say squeezing. So radius is x, volume y. Now it will be easier for us to deal with x and y because we are accustomed to x and y. So this is the reference I can give you, but those who want to follow, let us go ahead. X is 100. X plus delta x becomes 98 after shrinking. So that is, we can find out delta x from here. As we can see, this x goes here. 98 minus 100 is -2. So this is the decrement of shrinking. Then we have y. As we said, y will be taken as the volume, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube, or radius we have taken as x, so 4 by 3 pi x cube. dy by dx is the differentiation of this, 4 by 3 pi 3x square, 3 gets cancelled. You have 4 pi x square here, dy by dx. Now we have to find out the value of dy by dx at x. What is x here? 100. So 4 pi into 100 square you'll get into 10 to the power of 4 it is. Delta y is what? dy by dx into delta x. dy by dx already computed, 4 pi 100 4 zeros it is 1000, and delta x is -2. So you get minus 80000 4 zeros pi, and this is millimeter cube. Okay, if the ratio of base radius and height of a cone is 1:2 and percentage error in radius is lambda %. So this is radius and this is height. The ratio of radius and height is given in the question. Radius by height is equal to 1 by 2, and the percentage error in radius is, what is the percentage error? It's delta r by r into 100. It is lambda. We'll take it as delta x by x into 100 equal to lambda in a short y. Volume is what? It's 1 by 3 pi r square h. Let us call y as volume. So 1 by 3 pi r square h it will. So as I said, better to regard radius as x, and when radius is x, what will be h in terms of x? Because we need to eliminate either r or h or have them in one term. So 1 by 3 pi, you have this x square, and this height will be 2x. So you have pi by 3, it's 2 coming here, 2 pi by 3, x square into x is going to be x cube. Please remember, this is our final y. Now I am differentiating dy by dx, so it will be 2 pi by 3. X cube will be 3x square. 3 gets cancelled. You have 2 pi x square. This is your dy by dx. dy by dx is 2 pi x square. And dx goes on the right. We have this one as what? Delta x by x into 100. As I said, radius, we will regard it as x. So delta x by x into 100 is lambda. From here you can get delta x or dx. So lambda x by 100. If you shift those on the right, 2 pi x square in place of delta x or dx, just replace this pi x by 100. Now we need percentage error. So you need dy by dx, dy by y, sorry, into 100, and that is what we wanted. And since I have divided y On the left, we have to divide this 2 pi by 3 x cube here also, and we have to multiply by 100 also. So this x square and x goes, it can be cancelled. 2 pi can be cancelled. You have 100 multiplied, so 100 also gets cancelled. 3 goes up, lambda is there. So you have 3 into lambda as dy by y into 100, which is the percentage error in the volume. So this is how you are going to follow and write. The pressure P and the volume V of a gas are connected by the relation PV to the power 1/4, which is a constant. We know that we have to take log. The percentage increase in the pressure corresponding to diminution of 0.5% in the volume is. And now this is the only catch in this question. How are we going to write the last one? If you are aware, you can just follow these instructions which are given on the left, printed, and you can go ahead. And those who want to understand PV to the power 1/4 is a constant. Let us call it as a K, and then take the log on both the sides. Log P, 1/4 comes in front, log V, and that is going to be equal to log K. Okay. Now let us differentiate it, and differentiation will be log P is 1 by P dP by dV, and I am saying that let us differentiate it with respect to V. Alright, 1 by P dP by dV plus 1/4, we are differentiating with respect to V, so it is going to be 1 by V, and log K is going to be equal to 0. So we are differentiating with respect to V again, just calling. And this is going to be 0, it's a constant. So there will be a relationship formed from here. The percentage increase in the pressure corresponding to diminution of 0.5% in the volume is. Now this is very key. That means delta V by V, that is the percentage increase in the pressure corresponding to diminution of 0.5% in the volume. So diminution of 0.5% in the volume is what? Delta V by V is equal to half, but it is diminution, it is decreasing, or things are coming down, so it has to be negative. Shrinking, decreasing, diminution, all these are considered negative while we do these kind of. So delta V by V or dV by V is equal to negative half. That is what we are going to use in what we have just differentiated, and try to find out dP by V, because we have to find out the percentage increase in the pressure corresponding to this delta V by V. So I'm just relocating things so that I can get dV by V somewhere and dP by P somewhere. So we have dP by P here, dV goes on the top on the right hand side, dV by V. Now dV by V is already known to us, that is going to be negative half, so minus 1/4 into minus 1/2 is going to be 1/8. Negative becomes positive. dP by P is 1 by 8. So this percentage, if you want to find out, this is into 100 only, because both ways delta V by V into is equal to negative half. I just gave it as negative half. Otherwise I would have showed you delta V by V into 100 is negative half. So eventually this multiplied by 100 will get cancelled, and that is going to be 1/8%. So it's one of the same thing which we discussed earlier. You can do like that, or this one also is true, 1/8%. If y is equal to x to the power n, then the ratio of relative errors in y and x is. So relative error, I already told you, that is relative error of y is change in y divided by original y. Delta x by x, that is change in x divided by the x is the relative error. So the ratio of these two relative error is what? That is the question being asked. So we have y is equal to x to the power n. So dy by dx is going to be equal to nx to the power n minus 1. And dy by dx, now let us try to visualize this delta y by y and delta x by x, how it is going to come. Because dy by dx is ultimately delta y and delta x only. I am not going to just write delta y here, and x to the power n minus 1 is already there, delta x goes on the right. Now I am purposefully dividing delta y by y and delta x by x purposefully. For that we have to multiply y here, we have to multiply x, because in the denominator y and x has it being introduced by me, by myself. So I have to cancel it out also. But y is x to the power n, remember? So you can replace it by x to the power n on the left hand side. So I have introduced y, and this x to the power n is there. Then delta y by y, and this delta x by x goes down, because this is what we essentially want. All other things goes on the right. So x to the power n goes into the denominator, and x to the power n minus 1 into x divided by x to the power n. Now this x to the power n, when it goes up, it will be x to the power negative 1, x raised negative 1. Now the power will be added, n minus 1 plus 1 minus n. what do you get? This gets cancelled. This also gets cancelled. You get a 0. X to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So you are only left with n. What is in the denominator? 1. So the ratio of delta y, that is the relative errors of y and x, is nothing but n is to 1. N divided by 1. N is to 1 is simply n divided by 1 only. So it is n is to 1, which is the final output. The approximate value of 33 to the power 1 by 5 or 33 raised to 1 by 5 is. So these questions have already been dealt by us, but let us solve it for the sake of completion. 32 is what? 2 to the power 5, and we have 1 to the power 5. So x has to be 32, delta x has to be 1, that is x plus delta x is 33, x goes here, 33 minus 32 is going to be 1, delta x is 1. Okay, so we have delta x is equal to 1, y is x to the power 1 by 5, that is our equation. Now dy by dx is nx to the power n minus 1, so 1 by 5, x to the power 1 by 5 minus 1, and x, we have to find out the value of dy by dx and y at 32. So what is the value of y at 32? 32 raised 1 by 5, as I said, 2 to the power 5, this gets cancelled, you have 2. Y is 2 in this case. What is dy by dx at x equals to 32? Let us first find out this one. 1 by 5 minus 1 is negative 4 by 5. 1 minus 5 by 5, negative 4 by 5, it goes down. So this, because it would have been x to the power minus 4 by 5. This goes down. Dy by dx is this one. So as I said, we have to compute it at the value which is x being assumed. X is 32 here. So 32 to the power 4 by 5, which is essentially 32 to the power 1 by 5 raised to the power 4. So 32 raised 1 by 5 is 2, 2 raised 4 is 4 to the 4, 4 to the 16, 16 it is. So 1 by 5 into 16 is going to be 1 by 80, and this you get 1 by 80. Delta y is what? Dy by dx into delta x. This we already know. Dy by dx, what is the value? 1 by 80. Delta x is the previous one, which is 1. Okay, 1 by 80 will give you 0.0125. If you compute, if you actually divide it, you will get this. And what is y plus delta y? What was the y value when we computed it for 32? It was 2. And the delta y we just computed is 0.0125. When you add these two, the final value will come, which is 2.012. The circumference of a circle is measured as 28 centimeter with an error of 0.01 centimeter. The percentage error in the area is, circumference is 2 pi r, area is pi r square. When it comes to a circle, these are the things which we are going to write. That is, area is pi r square and the circumference is 2 pi r. So rather than dealing with area and circumference, why not to deal with x and y? So we will call the circumference and area. Circumference can be taken as x, area can be taken as y. Now it will be easier for us to deal with y and x. X is 28. What is delta x? I am talking about circumference. Circumference error is 0.01. Actual circumference 28. So y is pi r square. What is y? Now let us write y in terms of x. That is the key. What is the key? We have to eliminate this r and write it in terms of circumference. So 2 pi r is equal to x. This is pi. R can be written as x by 2 pi. R is x by 2 pi. R square is x square by 2 pi whole square. That is 4 pi square. So you have pi, r square is x square by 4 pi square. 1 pi gets cancelled. You have x square by 4 pi. This is y. Now we have dy by dx. So just differentiate it. It is 2x divided by pi. So it is going to be x by 2 pi. X by 2 pi it is. So this is dy by dx. Dy by dx. Dx goes on the right. This dx goes on the right. Dy is equal to x by 2 pi into dx. So we need the percentage error in the area. What is the percentage error in the area? This is delta y by y into 100 that we want. So this is dy by y. So we have to divide a y here. When we have dx, that is delta x only. So dy by y, and then compute this. I have y already, computed. That is, initially I told you already what is y, because pi r square I changed it in terms of x. On the right we have x by 2 pi. Dx is already known to us, which is delta x 0.01, and now y has to be in the denominator. Whatever is there in the numerator, it has to be there. Now cancel all those things which comes here. I'm again computing or showing you how to compute this y in terms of x. So we have x square by 4 pi, so x square 4 pi goes up, x gets cancelled, you have 2 pi with 2 by x into 0.01. So you have delta y by y, and when you multiply it by 100, it's going to be multiplied by 100. This, what is x? It is 28. So you have 2 by 28, and this other things gets cancelled. You have 1 by 14. So the percentage error in the area is nothing but 1 by 14 that you are going to choose, which is the first option in this case. Okay, this is all about this MCQ. Thank you so much and have a good one.